Recently, YouTube decided to remove the dislike counter from their platform, which is a decision that many of us, including me, dislike. So, as someone who kind of understands code, I decided to add dislikes back. And as you can see, it is currently the second half of November, and yet I can still check out that YouTube Rewind 2018 is in fact still doing worse than my videos. Anyway, to kind of help the community, I packed this up into a simple add-on. If you want to download it, just go to the link in the description. It will lead you to a GitHub page, and on this GitHub page, click on code, download zip, and then unpack that zip, and go to Chrome extensions, load unpacked, and click on that unpacked zip. And you're good to go. You can watch videos and see their dislike count. The way this plugin works is actually kind of interesting, and it has one more extra feature that I kind of want to explain. So let's just go through all the files that it consists of. The manifest.json file is just something that every extension has to have. All it does is it links all of the JavaScript files together. The background.js file is important because what it does is it waits for you, the user, to either switch the tab or to click on a link or to refresh the tab, and every time you do that, it is going to send a message to tab.js. Now in tab.js, this message is going to be received, and it is going to call the main function on the current tab. There is a couple of extra functions here at the end. One of them converts numbers to a nicer format. So, you know, when you have 1200, it will convert it to 1.2K. If you have 1.5 million, it will just say 1.5M, etc, etc. And then here at the bottom, there's one more function which makes sure that I can make XML requests. XML requests are important because for some reason, document.innerHTML doesn't return the same thing as the XML request for the current web page. I don't know why. If you do know why, then please do tell me. But yeah, the point is I needed the code that I see when I click on view source code, and that's not really the code that's displayed using document.innerHTML. The main function makes an XML request and gets the contents of the current web page and saves that to this string. Now, within the source code, there are actually many references to likes, and there also used to be references to dislikes, but since those are no longer there, we're going to have to use a different value. And the value I found, which is very important, is called average rating. Now, back in the day, YouTube worked with a star rating, so you could give a video 1 star all the way to 5 stars, but then they switched to a like-dislike system. Now, a dislike is 1 star, and a like is 5 stars. But the average rating stayed the same, and so basically, the average rating is going to be a number from 1 to 5, based on how many likes and how many dislikes the video has. But now that we have the average rating, we can actually calculate the amount of dislikes if we find one more value, and that is the amount of likes on the video. And since the amount of likes on a video has not been hidden from us, I can just get that from the ARIA label, since that's a label that actually displays a very accurate number of how many likes there are. And then I can do a bit of math, right? So average rating would equal 5 times the amount of likes plus 1 times the amount of dislikes, since a like is 5 stars and a dislike is 1 star, and divides that by likes plus dislikes. Now, if you do a bit of rearranging, you will get this equation that we actually put in the code here. So dislikes is going to be 5 minus the average rating times likes divided by the average rating minus 1. And that's it. Then I convert it to the nice numbers using that bottom function, and then this stuff just adds the HTML elements. So this one adds the number, and this one adds the like to dislike bar. But that's basically the whole code. It wasn't even that complicated, which actually kind of surprised me. Now what's really interesting is that this average rating actually exists on videos which don't have a public like to dislike ratio, which means that even on videos where you shouldn't be able to see the amount of likes and dislikes, you can still see the ratio because this average rating value exists on them. And so this means that even if someone tries to cover up that their video is bad by banning the like and dislike counter, you can still see it. So yeah, I think this is kind of interesting, and I don't really know why YouTube hasn't changed this yet. Most importantly, I don't even know why we have access to this information, and I'm kind of paranoid that they're gonna remove this functionality like tomorrow, and I'm gonna look like an idiot. But hopefully they don't. Anyway, if you want to see some other stuff with me messing around with YouTube, I made a bunch of other plugins, and I'm just going to link them on the screen right now. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.